All right, so I'm back with another super quick Pauper deck tech. I wanted to just show a list that I've been playing lately and having a lot of fun with, and which I feel is pretty decent. Maybe a little bit unrefined or in need of optimization, but still pretty strong. So it's essentially a white Tron deck that wants to basically have a balance between the traditional Tron game plan of trying to assemble Tron as quickly as possible and then dropping big threats, but also just having a white aggro plan that doesn't really rely on us getting Tron to be strong. So we're playing 20 lands, obviously the 12 Tron lands. We have the new Crystal Grotto from Dominaria United. It taps for 1 colorless. It says when it enters the battlefield, scry 1. And it also has pay 1 generic, tap, add 1 mana of any color, so a bit of color fixing. Then we have 1 Kabira Crossroads for life gain and just 3 basic planes. Okay, then we are running Expedition Map because it's the best for tutoring for the Tron lands. We have 4 Throbbing Inspector. Then we also have 3 Chromatic Star for a bit of color fixing and card draw. Okay, then our main tool for color fixing is this great artifact from Brothers War, which has really given Tron a boost. Energy Refractor, 2 mana. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card, and it says pay 2 mana, add 1 mana of any color. Okay, so as you can tell, we have quite a few ETB effects already, which is why we are playing 4 copies of Core Skyfisher, 2 for a 2/3 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, return a permanent you control to its owner's hand. For some removal, we have 2 Journey to Nowhere. We have 3 Oblivion Ring. For more ramp and also a little bit of looting, we have Network Terminal, 3 mana for an artifact, tap, add 1 mana of any color. It also has pay 1 tap, tap another untapped artifact you control, draw a card, then discard a card. Then for some combat trickery, we have the instant Prismatic Strands, 3 mana, prevent all damage that sources of the color of your choice would deal this turn, and it has flashback for a cost of simply tapping an untapped white creature. Okay, as sort of our mid-game threat, we have 3 Palace Sentinels, 4 for a 2/4. When it enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. We have 1 Custody Squire, 5 for a 3/3 flying. When it enters the battlefield, starting with you, each player votes for an artifact, creature, or enchantment in your graveyard. Return each card with the most votes or tied for the most votes to your hand. So quite a nifty way of getting key cards back from the graveyard while also being a pretty aggressive flying body. And then finally, we have our 2 main big mana payoffs. We have 3 Maelstrom Colossus and 4 Boarding Party, which since we have quite a fair amount of color fixing, it's pretty easy to get this 1 red. And then the sideboard is not complete, but at the moment I've been using 4 Dust to Dust, 4 Relic of Progenitus, and Lone Missionary for burn. Sideboard could use some tweaking, but that's how it is for now. So yeah, as I said, I think this deck is pretty decent actually. It's definitely pretty fun, and it's pretty cool that it has sort of 2 game plans of, on the one hand, it can sort of just be the Tron combo deck that's fairly standard, but it can also be more of a grindy, mid-rangey white deck with a few aggro creatures, removal, card draw, making it, it's quite a fun and interesting deck to play with. You often have to make difficult choices of which cards to play and in what sequence to play them. So yeah, I thought I would just show it off to you. Hopefully you guys have some suggestions to improve the deck. As always, if there are cards that you've been looking at that you think might be cool to brew around, please let me know. Same goes if you have been building your own sort of rogue decks or brews. I'm always on the lookout for more of them. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.